It's officially 8 o'clock. Looks like we are just about to go live. And yeah, how's everybody doing tonight? Well, welcome to our very first Ship Happens Live. This is either going to be absolutely legendary or I'm going to delete it the moment it's over. I haven't decided which yet. We're going to see when we're done. I just wanted to say hi to everybody in there. Appreciate you coming out and giving us some support. I am Matt, one half of K&M Getaways. The other is Kay. She's not on camera tonight, but has promised that she will be eventually. She's a little camera shy, so tonight's episode really, and it's going to be a series that we do over the next few weeks. Every night, Wednesdays, 8:30, we're going to be doing Ship Happens, where we talk about just real life travel fails. We're pretty good at them. We've had a few. Tonight's travel fail is about our very first cruise ever. It's kind of funny. It's real, and there's going to be no fluff to it. Okay, so let's dive right in. Here's about 2015. Kat and I absolutely convinced her to take a cruise. She was not into cruising at all. And I was like, no, we got to give this a try. I want to see what this is like. So we book our first cruise. It's a short cruise, 4-day cruise leaving out of Los Angeles. We live just about an hour south of Seattle at the time, out in the burbs, right? And we decide to make the rookie mistake and save some money. And we book a flight the day of the, we booked it. It was a early morning flight, like 5:30 a.m. the day of the cruise. And I get everybody packed into the car. Thanks, Em. I appreciate it. I still have them. They're here, but the ring light, you can see them here, and it's not all that cool. So still have those glasses. That's going to be Ship Happens episode number 2, by the way. That one I'll tell you about at the end. So it's like 4 a.m. We're piling into the car. I've got 2 kids in the back, half dressed, half asleep, full of cruise energy, and Kat's sitting in the front throwing snacks at them through the back seat just to keep them quiet. It is loud. I am so exhausted. It sounded like a great idea at 10 o'clock the night before, but at 4 a.m. the next day, not so good. We all pile in the car and we're heading up to Sea-Tac Airport. And I got another little confession here. I've been telling this story for a long time. And well, I've been lying about it because for 10 years I've been saying we had all 3 kids in the car. And then Kat reminded me just last night, nope, Abby wasn't there. Abby wasn't with us. So yeah, I'm sorry, Abs. I apologize. I had you in this story and you weren't there. So Emma and Noah are in the back seat, half dressed, eating stale Pop Tarts, and we are headed up to the airport. We get to the airport. It's about 5:30. We're struggling with luggage. It's just a pile of luggage. I got Noah kind of screaming, "Hey, when are we getting on the ship?" We walk through Sea-Tac doors over to the JetBlue counter, and I pull up, and that's when the counter agent goes, "Yeah, your flight's canceled." Yep, canceled. It took me about that same amount of time, about 15 seconds before I went full-fledged Karen. I'm not proud of it, but I went full-fledged Karen on this gate agent. She tells me it's canceled, like they're out of Coke Zero, and I am like, no, we have a vacation. I have 2 kids. But anyway, obviously, not my finest moment. I'm not proud of it, but I really don't regret it either. I'm getting really loud, really vocal, and I can see TSA starting to inch closer. The security agents starting to inch closer. I got people behind me in line starting to take out their phone like I'm about to be a viral video on YouTube. And Kat's nowhere to be found. She snuck off. I think she's gone to the bathroom. She's freaking crying, right? Because we just blew like $5,000 on this vacation and we're gonna miss the boat. Gone. Ghosted, right? I am sitting there going, you gotta be kidding me. This can't be happening day one. There is no way that I am missing this boat. Whatever it takes, I'm getting on this boat and that agent's going to get me on it. She tells me I've got to leave. One word. No, not until you get me on a plane. TSA comes over. They ask me to step aside. No, nope, not happening. He puts his hand down on his waist and I'm like, ooh. Retrospect, I probably should have stepped away, but I was making a point, right? And I am not worried about getting on a no-fly list, but it's coming pretty close. I hear him radio for the Sea-Tac police, and the Sea-Tac police are there within 2 minutes because I am still in my full-blown Karen mode. So the police say, "Sir, step to the side." And at this time, that's when the senses start to come in because obviously I don't want to be walking away in cuffs and leave the kids and cat at the airport because I still don't know where they are. They're gone. I have no clue. I step to the side and I look at the police officer and just start going through what's happening. And he's completely understanding, but at the same point, I've got to leave. And the phone rings. My phone rings. Literally at that second, I look down and it's Kat. I'm like, what the heck? Is she calling me from the bathroom? And where Noah? Where's Emma? Right? So I answer the phone. She says three things to me. Gate C12, and we've got to be there in 20 minutes. Don't get arrested. That's right. She's a cruise ninja. She is a vacation ninja. She saved our bacon. She ran down, well, quietly slinked down to Alaska Airlines, purchased 4 last-minute tickets to Los Angeles for just around $3,000. Great job, Kat. Still to this day, great job. I am looking for a quick way to get away from this counter and meet her down at security so that we can get on a plane. It's an hour later, but we have a good shot of actually hitting the port on time. So I'm running. I'm running. We meet up, we get on the plane, arrive in LA, and we're cutting it close. We become the pier runners. If anybody's seen the videos of the guys running down the pier trying to catch the boat, this guy, first time cruiser, this guy's doing it. We're dragging the kids through the cruise terminal, luggage in hand. I've got Noah under my arm. Just kidding, I didn't. But we're trying to get there as quick as we can. We get on board with 9 minutes to spare. 9 minutes. So, what's the moral of the story? Well, as any seasoned cruiser is going to tell you, never book same-day travel as your cruise. Go in the night before. So why am I telling you that? Why would you trust me with your travel? Well, that very next morning, as Kat and I are sitting on deck with coffee in a hand and the sunrise is coming up, and everything changed. It all became about relaxation. This is our origin story. And from that moment, we looked at each other and said, we're going to make sure we plan these and that never happens again. And that's what we've been doing ever since. So, hope you learned something today, a little bit valuable. Don't book your cruise that night, or the night of. Sorry, don't book your flight the morning of your cruise. And yeah, hope to see you soon next week. I really appreciate everybody coming out. I really want to thank you for all the support, and let me tell you about episode number 2, because it's just as funny. Cruise jail, it's a real thing. Yep, I'm not kidding. Cruise jail, real. Oh, no, not me, not this time. Could have been, but not me this time. It was Noah. Yep, my son. He got it from his dad, I will say that. So, hope to see you next week, Wednesday, 8:30. Really appreciate everybody. If you wouldn't mind hitting the like, follow, eventually subscribe once we get enough followers, would greatly appreciate it. And we will see you soon. Till then, ship happens.